Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Sean, aka Sean 93000. What's going on with y'all out there in YouTube land? Anyway, it's a really slow Monday. I'm not getting any pings, so no deliveries. It's that dull time in between breakfast and lunch, kind of like that dull time in between lunch and dinner. So maybe things will pick up in about 12, 15 minutes. I really hope so. I need to make money. And I'm not just sitting out here because it's beautiful, even though it is a beautiful day. I could be laying in my bed in my PJs and enjoying the beautiful day, you know? Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that has happened to me a couple of times, both ways. And it's a little weird, but I'm gonna go with it and see what you guys think anyway. My question is, would you set one of your best friends, your cousin, your brother, or your sister up with one of your exes? See, I pose that question just in case, just in case. Would you set somebody, one of your friends, or one of your boys, or one of your girls up with one of your exes? That's the question. That's the question of the day. Because for me, I say it went both ways because when I was younger, I really didn't. I mean, when I was younger, I used to set my exes up with my friends all the time. And the reason for that being is, and I'm not trying to sound callous here, but if we're dating and it ends for whatever reason, whether she ends it or I end it, when it's over, it's over. And you hope that you part ways and you guys can stay friends. But after a little while, those feelings that you had for that person are gone, especially if you're the one that ended the relationship. So when one of my friends would come to me, or one of my boys would come to me, or one of my cousins or something like that would come to me and ask if they could now date my ex, I was like, I don't care. Do what you got to do, man. And they would ask, is it okay? How would I feel about that? No kind of way. Do what you got to do. I would warn them, though. I would warn them. Like, you see the shit that I just went through, right? And you still want to try. If you still want to go for it after you see what I just went through, then don't come to me when the shit hits the fan. And typical guy response, we all answer the same way. Well, don't worry about it. I got this. I got this. You see, as guys, we're kind of preconditioned to not care what a woman has done to another guy. All we want to do is get our shot at the plate, And she could have cheated on this guy, could have stabbed him, could have set him on fire, could have even cut off his Johnson. We really don't care. So long as she's fine. As long as she's fine, a guy will overlook a lot of stuff that a woman can do to one of his boys. We're just conditioned that way. As long as we can stand in the line, we don't care where we stand in that line. I don't know. Maybe women are different. I would hope that women are different, that they're more discerning, that they're a little bit more selective. But I have seen some women in my lifetime that blow that theory completely out of the water. And by that I mean women will date a guy who beat the crap out of one of her girls. I mean, this dude beat the crap out of one of your best friends. I shit you not. I know a situation just like this. This guy was dating this girl. He beat the crap out of her. Left the girl that he just beat up, goes over to her friend's house, starts dating the friend. You know this guy just beat up your girl, and you still want to kick it with him. So maybe women aren't all that different than men after all, you know? Like I said, I just think that women are a little bit more discerning when it comes to men, but not all. You know, there are exceptions to every rule, as they say. And I remember this was about 20 years ago. I was dating this really fine girl. Unbelievably beautiful. Long black hair. She was mixed or mixed race. So she had long, straight hair. Not so much up top, you know. She wasn't as big up top as I normally like. But she had a handful, you know. She had a mouthful for you, you know. Beautiful as all outdoors. And we had been together for a while. And she was exceptionally vain. Couldn't pass by a reflective surface without stopping to check herself out, to primp and do all this other stuff. That was the least of her problems. In the end, we ended up going our separate ways. Man, what's this guy doing back here? Park the car already. You've been trying to park for 5 minutes. Anyway, one of my friends came to me about 2 days. It was 2 days. It wasn't any more than that. It was 2 days after we broke up. And he asked me point blank, how would I feel if he asked her out? Now, you've been around us off and on over the years that we have been together. You've seen us arguing and fighting. Not physically, you know, but arguing with each other. So you know the situation I just got out of. You know, despite the fact that she's beautiful, despite the fact that she's fine, she's a nightmare. As they say, high maintenance. There's high maintenance. And then there's being on the clock 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know, you never get a break. But once again, she's fine. So guys don't care. All we want to do is get our turn at bat. That's it. So I told him, point blank, you want to go out with her, go ahead. It's not going to affect our friendship in any way, shape, or form. You want to, go for it. So he did. He went out with her. They started dating. They were together for about 5 or 6 months. And then it ended. She cut him to the quick. She cut him loose. So here we are. Me and him commiserating into beer, right? He's like, man, I should have listened to you. You wouldn't have listened to me if I told you, man, she tried to set me on fire. If I would have told this cat that she pulled a knife on me that had acid dripping from it, and that when she waved it around through the air, the blade caught fire, he still would have went out with her. Because she was fine. That's just one example. Like I say, I'm not trying to sound like a callous jerk or anything. I care about every one of my exes. In fact, almost every single one of my exes and I are still friends to this day. But I'm upfront and honest with them when I tell them, once we break up, we're broken up. We're done. Who you date after that is of no concern to me. I was happy before I met you. It's going to take a little while, but I'll get back to that again. I'll be happy again. And I know how that sounds. I know that sounds like a real jackhole move, but that's how it has to be. You can't wallow in the loss of someone for the rest of your life, even though a lot of people want you to. You got to move on. You got to pick up the pieces and move on. And however long that takes depends, on what that person meant to you. But eventually you do get to a point when you just say, okay, I'm done. I'm over it now. I told my son's mom. We broke up. We had been together for 9.5 years. I told her, I don't care who you date after me. She met a guy. She started dating this guy. My only problem was, and we straightened that out right away. I let this guy know, my son is not your son. He has a dad. Whatever goes on between you and her, I have no part in that. Whatever goes on between you and my son, I have a huge part in that. If he needs to be disciplined for any reason, let his mom, let his grandmother, let his auntie, let one of those people do it. That's not your job. In other words, you put your hands on my son, there's not enough earth in the universe for you to run and hide from me. Because I'm going to find you. And then I'm going to put something in you. And it's not going to be a happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my son. Whatever goes on between him and her, I'm out of it. But you don't get to discipline my son. Ever. And he had kids too. He had kids from other chicks, along the way. So he understood what I was saying. That was the end of my conflict with the dude. They stayed together. I stayed out of it. However it ended wasn't my concern. Whatever went on during the relationship wasn't my concern. And that's kind of the attitude I've had my whole life. Shit. Sorry about that. Trying to put this thing in a different position. But then I'm demonstrative. And so I'm shaking the car. It's a little bitty ass car in the first place. So it doesn't take a whole hell of a lot to shake it. Damn thing fell over. As you just saw. But then it happened in reverse for me with my last girlfriend. She had been involved with my little brother. Once again, hey, if he would have come, whenever he would come to me about, meeting somebody or, one of the exes or something, hey, do what you got to do, nigga. How can I help?
Really?
New
York City? My son just came from New York. What's up, man?
What's up, player? And so when it was my time, I don't want to put it that way. It wasn't like he owed me or anything. I don't want to put it that way. Because it's not a you do for me, I do for you situation. But in the past, when he was in a dry spell, which happens to us all, I would be the one he would come to as the big brother, as the older brother. I get him out of his dry spell. However, that, whatever that required. If it was an ex, okay. If it was, I'm your wingman, you want to go to the strip club, you want to go to the bar, you want to go to, where you want to go, we'll do that. I'll be your wingman. Or, taking a little trip, go out to Vegas or something like that, if that's what it took, a little treat. Hey, sometimes, like the lady said to me day before yesterday at the restaurant, sometimes you got to treat yourself, baby. She was an older chick. And she was right. Sometimes in this life, you have to treat yourself. And it doesn't really matter what other people think or say. Treat yourself. We're only here for a finite number of years, if we're lucky. Some people don't even get that, they get months. Some people get weeks, some people get hours. But we're only here for a small amount of time. Every once in a while, it will not hurt you to treat yourself. You don't want to be 95 years old lying on your deathbed regretting all the things that you never ever took care of on your bucket list, So, anyway, his ex, she was popping up on his Facebook page. He and I would have conversations, Damn, nigga, what's up? You can't park either? Anyway, sorry about that. But we would be talking on his Facebook page, going back and forth about different things, about how the Bears are doing, because it was football season when this got started, about how jobs are going, how life is going, what's going on, what we doing today. And whenever he would post something, like 30 seconds after he posted it, she would like it. She would like shit and comment on it, little comments on it, LOLs and shit like that. And one day, he and I started a conversation about, I think it was about, the Bears playing, I think he was playing the Rams? I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but he and I started going on, I would reply to something that he had posted, he would reply to me, I would reply to him, so on and so. And she interjected herself into the conversation. First, she liked what he posted. And then she liked the comment that he made. And then she interjected herself into our conversation. And I'm like, so I hit him up with a message. I'm like, damn, bro, what's going on? Every time you post something, no matter how stupid it is, this chick likes it. What's going on? So he was like, I'll hit you back on Skype in a minute. I want to tell you about it. So he hit me up on Skype. And he and I were talking. And he's like, yeah, that's the chick I used to date when I was in Japan. I'm like, word? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, how did you guys meet and what happened? I never heard of her. I'd heard of some of the others. I never heard of this chick. The reason why I never heard of her, why the family had never heard about her, is she wasn't around long enough for us to hear about her. The other women we knew about because they had dated for a long period of time. In fact, he was engaged to a Japanese chick at one time. Video for another day, but this one we had never heard about. So he hit me, so we're on Skype talking, and he's like, yeah, it only lasted about 2 or 3 months. But man, she crazy as fuck, man, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, but damn, she cute. I checked out, I looked at a couple of the pics that she's got on her Facebook page. I'm like, man, she's cute as hell, He's like, yeah, she cute. She got a big ass, too, for a Japanese girl, but it ain't worth all the shit you got to go through. Sound familiar, right? That's the same kind of dumb shit I used to try to tell my boys back in the day. Like, look, you saw the shit that she just put me through. And once again, I come right back with, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, bro. I got this. I got this. Like I say, we guys, we don't care where we stand in line, so long as we can stand in the damn line. So here I am, 20 years later, sounding just like some of my boys did way back in the day. So he was like, man, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. I'm like, well, shit, if I regret it, I regret it, damn. Introduce me. So he did. She and I started talking. Next thing you know, I find out he was her first everything. With the exception of her first kiss. That was somebody else. But he was her first everything. Her first love, her first, you know what I mean? And it only lasted 3 freaking months. And she still had like major feelings for my little brother. Now I know. When I found this out, that should have been the red flag right there. Flag on the play. You know? Back off, let it go, don't involve myself. If she still had, they hadn't even been in the same room for like 3 years. And yet, this chick is still carrying feelings for my little brother. Like I say, that should have been flag on the play. I should have backed off and just been like, all right, I'll look someplace else. But once again, I'm thinking, damn, she fine as hell. So I ignored the red flag and kept things going. We got together. First time we got together. Something in... I know, this is fucked up. But I needed to test the waters. You know? I needed to know just how deep her feelings for him went. And did I have any chance in hell? I needed to know that for my own self. So I made sure. The second day that we were together, I invited my little brother. So now all three of us are hanging out. We go out. We go to this Thai restaurant. We all get food, from this Thai restaurant. Good as hell. I got black and white fish. I don't know if they call it that, but that's what it was. Shit was fantastic, Not big on like plain ass rice. I know Asians love their rice, but shit, I gotta put some butter, some salt and pepper on that shit for me to be able to eat it. Some gravy or something. I just can't eat plain ass. I don't care how fluffy it is. Plain ass rice. Yeah, I'll probably go over real big in Japan, right? Asking for butter, salt, and pepper to put on my rice. But, all right. Damn, 10 minutes. It will be ready in 10. Cool. Subway. Shit, they should be ready now. But that Subway is over on the east side, and they're always fucking busy. So I give it 10. But like I say, we're all hanging out, eating Thai food. No, it wasn't Thai. It was Korean. My bad. It was Korean. We went to a Korean restaurant. Thinking about somebody else. There's a Thai restaurant over on Hubbard that I took this chick to. Never mind. It was a Korean restaurant. So we're all hanging out. And I'm watching her. My little brother's looking at me. I'm looking at her watching him, right? I want to see just how deep, how strong her feelings for him is. First date. She pretty much ignoring me, focusing all her energy on him. So I'm sitting back, enjoying my fish. And I'm thinking to myself, well, this is not going to turn into a relationship. But at the very least, I can get that ass. And I won't have to do it with any kind of like damn, I wish I would have been nicer to her. I wish I would have been better to her. Hey, you're not interested in me, but I'm going to parlay this into getting what I want, right? It's not going to be a relationship because obviously you don't want a relationship with me. You want to get back together with my little brother. Now, he's got a new girl. They're still together. It's been years now since that day. He and his girl are still together. They got a brand new baby girl. His life is happy. He really wasn't interested in getting back together with her. He was honest about that. but she wanted to get back together with him. So, long story short, once he let her know that he's got a new lady in his life and they could never be anything but friends, he's like, all right, bro, we do the hand slap. He's like, I'm going to head back to, I'm going to head over to my girls. We're going out tonight. They went out, did their little thing. So it's me and her. So I'm asking her, I understand. I'm telling, I'm trying to be Mr. Sensitive here, right? So I tell her, I understand, you feel the way you feel about my little brother. I'm not going to try to push the issue. If you want to be friends, we can be friends, right? But I'm thinking friends with bennies, And that night, sure enough, I got the benefits. Yes, I did. And it was fantastic. I had never, ever been interested in Asian women before that. I'm not one of these cats that's got yellow fever. A lot of people do. A lot of people chase Asians just because they're Asian, And living here in Chicago, there's no shortage of Asians. We got a Chinatown just north of the city. There's a large, in fact, I think Chicago's got the second largest Japanese population outside of Hawaii. It may have changed in the last couple of years because the population has decreased here, but I think it still may be in effect. So there's always Asians around. It's just that I never really had an interest in dating an Asian. I figured, shit, if you're fine, I'm going to come after you. But if you're not fine, I have no interest in chasing you just because you're Asian, But anyway, like I say, I got the benefit that night. And then all of a sudden, she's interested in me. So I'm like, okay. We start dating. Now here's where the shit, or as they say, this is where the rubber meets the road, right here. Despite the fact that he didn't have any interest in getting back together with her, I find out later on that my little brother had created a secret Facebook page that his lady didn't know about, I didn't know about, but the chick knew about. In fact, she creates a secret Facebook page. So now they can talk to each other without it showing up on his Facebook page. Even though they could have been doing this shit in Messenger and nobody would have known, they decided to create a brand new Facebook page to talk to each other. I don't get it either, but they did. I didn't know about this until much, much later. And when I found out, I was pissed. Because she and I had started dating, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, little bro, if you have no interest in this chick, and I gave you a chance to get back together with her, she gave you a chance. I sat back and watched. You turned her down. But now you communicating with her behind my back in secret. Totally fucked up. But that's not even the worst of the shit. One night I'm at work. This was back during the old security days. I'm having a great night. Maybe that was the hint right there that shit was about to hit the fan. I was having a great ass night. I mean, it was just like the stars had aligned for me. I get up at the perfect time. I beat my alarm up. The alarm was going to go off. I'm actually sitting up when the alarm go off, so I just tap the phone and it goes off. Perfect. Get in the shower. The water is super hot the way I like it. Shower, shave, get myself ready. Jump in the car, jump on the expressway. Traffic is light. It was a Saturday night. I never forget that. It was a Saturday fucking night. Traffic was light on Saturday. So I zipped downtown literally in 10 minutes. I got 40, 50 minutes before my shift starts. I park, walk down the street to get me some dinner, walk in the restaurant. It's a Saturday night. normally that restaurant is packed with people that are coming from the club, coming from the lake, coming from somewhere. I walk in there, nobody. I get what I want, walk right back out. Oh, it was just one of those nights, you know. I come home next morning, still feeling fantastic. Talk to my girl. She's crying, cursing, and mad at me. I'm wondering what the hell's going on. What did I do? You know what you did. I'm like, what did I do? You broke up with me last night. Remember? Why you calling me now? What? I'm like, what are you talking about? You were on the line with me all night last night and we were talking and you broke up with me. Wait a minute, boo. I was at work last night. You know my schedule just as well as I know my schedule. You know I was at work last night. No, you weren't. You were on the line with me. So I'm like, wait a minute. Let's cut this short right here before we start arguing over nothing. Copy and paste me the conversation we had. So that's what she does. She copies and pastes the conversation. I'm seeing my picture. Read my own words in the way that I speak. In a whole fucking all-night conversation. I'm like, there's only a handful of people in the whole universe that could have done this. That, first of all, would know her, know me, know my speech patterns and how I actually phrase things, and might have a motivation to do this dumb shit. So I hit immediately a couple of my exes. Yeah, they are just that fucked up. They would do some shit like that. And they're like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So now you narrowed the field. I hit my little brother. It was one of my old Facebook pages that I had deleted years ago because this chick just wouldn't leave me the fuck alone, you know? So I had created this page, and like I said, I met this girl, and I think she was in one of the groups or something like that, and we started talking, and then it didn't lead to anything, but she just wouldn't leave me the fuck alone, and I would block her, and she would create a new account and start talking to me again, and I blocked that one, and she'd come at me again, and I blocked that one, and it just kept on going. So I just got tired of the shit, and I deleted that page. But you know, Facebook, you can actually type in your name. If you created accounts before, and you'll see your old accounts that you deleted. You can see the photographs that you deleted. Or at least the photograph of yourself on your fucking Facebook page. Your profile pic. And it's like, I deleted that account years ago. Why is it still up? Because they're waiting on you to come back. Facebook is waiting on you to come back and then reactivate your account. So what happened? My little brother hacked that account. Pretended to be me all night long. Broke up with her. In my name. I shit you not. So I'm asking him, did you do it? Oh man, why do you think I would do something like that? Not a denial, right? That's a question with a question. You answering my question right back. So I'm like, did you do it? If you didn't do it, just tell me right now and I'll drop this. Oh man, you're going to believe what you want to believe. No matter what I say. Once again, being evasive. So I'm like, you did this shit, didn't you? I'm like, why? Do you want her back? No, I don't want her ass back. You know that. But why are you doing this shit? I gave you a chance to, at the very least, you could have fucked her. You could have fucked her and then dumped her, and that would have been the end of it. I would have been out of the picture. She never would have been my girlfriend. But you turned that down. And then she upset because she's shocked that he would do this shit. So she tells me, yeah, he been talking to me behind your back for years. So now the other shit come out. But she gives herself away in the process. You've created a secret fucking account that doesn't even have a profile pic, that has no information in your profile, so you and him can talk to each other behind my back and behind his lady's back. So now I'm pissed off at both of them. Long story short, I'm not gonna fight my brother over no female. That's just not gonna happen. I don't care what he does. I'm never gonna come to blows with my little brother over a woman. But he and I have never gotten back to the point where we were before that. I mean, we're cordial with each other. You know, we talk, we text each other, we message each other, shit like that. But it ain't the same. Because he took my trust and fucked it up. For what? And then I hear, oh, I was doing it because I'm looking out for you. That don't seem like you're looking out for me. You trying to fuck up my good thing? Even though, yeah, she went off the rails later on, and it ended badly, and it hurt. He had absolutely no right to do that. You know? That's not how you look out for somebody. It's not. And so that made me think about the question. Would I set someone up now with one of my exes? I would be a little bit more hesitant these days than I used to be because of the shit that my brother and I experienced. But only because of that. Maybe you guys feel differently. Maybe it's just like, I don't care. Or maybe you like, no, I could never in a million years do that. Hit me up below. Let me know what you think and what you would do. Anyway, let me go get this food. Hopefully it's a good ride and I can make some money. Like the video. Comment. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. If you stay for the whole thing, appreciate it. In the meantime, watch out for each other. Be safe out there. And I'll talk to you later. Peace. Damn, can't even turn it off. How about that?